A judge of high court cannot sit over case virtually from outside the country, legal expert says. Exactly. Immediately after the Kano state governor signed the new repealed draft into law, about 5 p.m. that same evening on Thursday, the following morning, 4 a.m., a judge of High Court in Kano that was in the United States stayed there and passed judgment and ordered a stay of action of the nullification and the removal of the 5 emirs. Who does that? It's not done. First of all, you're not supposed to issue judgment remotely, virtually. Secondly, you are also not supposed to. You are supposed to have taken that law because it was already signed and approved into law. So your own is to take it, go and interpret it and implement it, because the judiciary is the third arm of government and their job is to implement the law and not to ratify it. That is it. So with all that transpired, it's obvious that is why I say it's illegal. And the other breath, they said even the judge that gave instruction, okay, when Ganduje disbanded or removed Sanusi, there was a court injunction to stop it, but Ganduje did not obey it. So why is everybody trying to force Yusuf to obey a law that, first of all, took place after the law has been put in place, and secondly, was done remotely at midnight? No, now it's not done. So now a lawyer in Lagos has come to debunk and to put his views, and let's get into that details. A legal expert has offered different opinion regarding a recent judicial order stopping the reinstatement of Muhammad Sanusi II as Emir of Kano, as reported by Leadership. So the order, allegedly granted by Justice Mohammed Liman of the Federal High Court in Kano from the United States, has brought debate among lawyers nationwide. Some argue that virtual court proceedings allow judges to preside from anywhere due to global jurisdiction, while others maintain that Nigerian courts operate under territorial authority, confining judges to national borders. So according to Leadership, Sunday, the Federal High Court rules permit judges to conduct proceedings outside the country under specific circumstances, such as international arbitration or with the consent of involved parties and the chief judge's approval. However, conducting hearings from abroad, as in the case of Justice Liman, remains contentious despite the court's adoption of virtual proceedings. Now, Justice Liman, a seasoned judicial officer, has presided over high-profile cases remotely, including the recent conviction of Dr. Anuolapo Adepoju, founder of Med Control Services Limited, and scheduling judgment in the money laundering trial of former Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker Adeyemi Ikuforiji. So, reacting to the controversy, Professor Ademola Adoranejo stated that virtual proceedings connect with global jurisdiction principles, allowing judges to preside from anywhere with parties' consent. Exactly. So Lagos lawyer Michael Okpu contested this view, underlining the need for judges to access essential resources and remain within Nigeria's borders during virtual proceedings, as stated by the National Judicial Council's guidelines. So the National Judicial Council guidelines for virtual court proceedings 2020 only allowed virtual hearings in certain circumstances, such as urgent matters, interlocutory applications, pre-trial conferences, and simple civil cases. However, the guidelines mandate that the judge parties and legal representatives be within Nigeria's territorial boundaries during virtual proceedings. So a judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria cannot sit over a case virtually from outside the country. He must be within Nigeria's border to participate in virtual court proceedings, he said. You see? So even if that Justice Liman is to preside over that matter, he's supposed to be within Nigeria, even though it's outside his court, but should be within Nigerian borders, not outside Nigerian borders. You see? But the worst of all is that he did it at midnight. Did all the parties involved agree, as stipulated by that Nigerian Judicial Council's guideline? And then how can you repeal or try to pass a judgment against a law that has been signed before you take action? The governor had already signed it by 5 p.m. of that Thursday, and you are coming in to issue a judgment on that same law, saying that the law cannot hold, telling everybody to sit down. No, now you cannot. Okay, you cannot. It's not going to work. So now let's go into some people have reacted to this view. Yes, and somebody saying mine is that most legal fouls are deliberately committed by most judges simply because either there are no penalties attached to such errors, or judges are not punished accordingly. What is happening in Nigerian judiciary concerning judgments and counter judgments need to be checked. The National Judicial Council must do something because the council's image and integrity is being damaged. Of course, they don't even have shame. They don't have integrity anymore. Nigerian judiciary does not have integrity anymore. That is it. Politicians have pocketed them and have been buying them. That is why they can do what they're doing. And somebody is laughing here and says soon they will start ruling us from Jupiter. Nigerian judiciary is full of corrupt individuals. The entity has lost its core value because of corruption. Judicial officers do whatever they like because there is no punishment when they err in carrying their duties. So when the head is bad, what do you expect from the tail? Some criminals are fully operating under the judiciary, and the CJN and NJC need to purge those criminals by either dismissing them or demoting them. Exactly. Things have fallen apart in this nation. Even the judges are lawless, disregarding judicial procedures and NJC guidelines. What would NJC do when she's equally corrupt? Isn't it the head of the NJC, CJN, that appointed his daughter-in-law as the judge of Federal High Court in Abuja? Abi? The same people used to tell us when Yaradua was sick that the president can rule from outside the country even if he is in outer space. The same people will not be lying. When Buhari was out of the country, the same song they did again. A judge gives order from space to us in Nigeria. Politicians who are destroying every system of the country, it will catch up with them one day. Legal expert indeed, from which prison? Can you imagine? Someone say, go and see the judge first. Why debate what you know nothing about? Get updated. So the thing here is that Nigerian judiciary is wuri. The more you look, the less you see. But I know that Kano State is in charge of that matter. It is a state matter, and federal government should hands off. That is it.